Hi, I'm Max. I'm a Communications and Stakeholder Engagement graduate at MRPV and I work on the Epping Road Upgrade. So I studied communications at university, and when I finished I saw this pop up. It looked really interesting, lots of community involvement, real world work, which was something I was really interested in, and yeah, I applied and thought I'll give it a go, and now I'm here. I really like that it's community facing and that I get to go out and meet people and talk to them, and it's really interesting to see how you can make a difference and how comms really plays that role of working with the community to get the best outcome for them. Key skills I've learned in this job is adaptability, because a lot changes in construction, and when something does change, jumping on that and getting all the required changes in as quickly as possible is probably the biggest skill that I've learned so far. There's a lot of really nice people that work here, and you're surrounded by lots of like-minded people and lots of people that are very easy to get along with. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the social aspect of the job, and even the graduate program, being in there with a bunch of other grads has been really fun, and made a lot of friends in the first 3 months working here, which is a great thing, I think. I didn't know much about construction before I got into it, and it's a really, really interesting field, and there's lots of diverse jobs that you do within construction that you wouldn't necessarily know about before you start the job. So be open-minded, give it a go, say yes to as many things as you can when you do start, because that's how you get to do lots of different things, and yeah, give it a go.